Okay, so the very first thing that I would like for everyone to do is grab your pens, and write the number 272. 272. Directly under that, 133. And then under that number, 49%. You got that? 272, 133, and 49%. My grandfather was a very wise man. And what he did is he always taught us lessons. When I was a kid, I used to think that he talked in riddles. My mom called them parables. So everything he said to us, it was always a story or some type of cliche or something of that nature. But you know, when you're a kid and you hear all these crazy sayings, you have no idea what they mean. One of his favorite sayings was, "It's not chess, it's checkers." How many of you have heard that? It's not chess, it's checkers. And I would say, "Grandpa, what does that mean?" "You'll get it one day, baby," is what he always said. So my brother and I would be at home practicing our checkers, trying to perfect the game, because of course, you know, Grandpa was the master. We'd be perfecting the game, and he would never let us win. He beat us every single time. And then we say, Grandpa, how did you do it? What happened?" He'd say, "It's not chess, it's checkers." "Well, Grandpa, we don't know how to play chess." "You'll learn one day." Well, as I got older, year after year, my brother and I trying to be Grandpa, we never could. None of us could. But a strange thing happened. When I was in high school, a situation came about, and it had nothing to do with board games. And his answer to me was, "It's not chess, it's not checkers, it's chess." And I'm thinking, wait a minute now. We're not playing board games. So as time went on and he started explaining things to me, what he really wanted to get us to understand is that we can go about things, playing games, and just do them haphazardly. Checkers is very fun. 2 opponents, 2 colors. All you do is you just jump over one another and try to capture all the men, and whoever has the most and whoever's left on the board, they're the winner. That's it. Chess, on the other hand, is a little bit more calculating. It takes strategy. It takes thought, and it takes a little thinking. It also takes a little practice. So what I learned that Grandpa wanted to teach us, and the idea that he wanted to share with us in his parable is that let's not go through life just doing things haphazardly. Let's have some strategy, let's think about it, and let's practice at it to make it good. You know who's the ultimate example of that? Cammie. Because when Cammie first got in the business, what did she tell us? She had tunnel vision. The only thing that Cammie was doing, listen, she was playing checkers. All she was doing is doing F-E, 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 because what does she want to do? Go on a trip. Cammie changed her mindset. Cammie's playing chess. Cammie is strategizing. Cammie is looking at other products, building things in. And you know the most important thing that she said? And I said, "Ooh, Cammie, that's good." I wrote it down because I want to tell you what she said verbatim. She said, "Don't go out here chasing things. Don't go out here, now you're chasing annuities and how are you going to eat?" Cammie said, "Do exactly the same thing that you were doing before, that you're doing right now, just add more to it." Is that right, Cammie? Just add more to it. You know what I call that? Chess. So today, I'm going to give you another strategy. Now, in chess, there's lots of strategies. There's different pieces that you move. There's the king, the queen, knights, all kind of stuff. I really don't know how to play the game of chess, the board game, but I'm learning to play the game of chess in life. I've learned a few things about the life insurance industry, how to play chess, how to move around with some strategy, and I want to share some of them with you. So this is the Top Producer Mindset series that we've been doing at Digital BGA, and I'm sure that most of you have seen this, and if you haven't, I'm going to do the same presentation. But when Trent and I did the Zoom call, it was a shorter amount of time, a lot of content, and I had to talk very fast so that we could get everything in. This time we have a little bit more time, and then we also blocked some time in for Q&A. So an overview, at first we're going to talk about what's the business, the why, educating, advocating, empowering, and then we'll have some Q&A. So what's the business? So defining your business, not for you, but for your clients. What do I mean by that? So what is the life insurance telesales all about? So we have to define that for ourselves and then also for our clients. So what I think that it is having difficult conversations with strangers over the phone, convincing them to do something that's important, to make an important, impactful decision for their families. I feel that we should be passionate about helping families. My core values are love, integrity, authenticity, and respect. And I'm building long-term relationships with families, not clients. I want to build a relationship with their family. My slogan is, I'm your family life insurance agent. Now, this is what I did to define what my business is for my clients. In every slide, we have some action items here. Some things that you can do to define your business. So the first action item, define what the business means to you. What does being in this business really mean? Now, of course, all of us are here. We know what our why is. It's our kids, it's our spouse, we know that. We know that hands down, we know that we're here to make money. But there has to be something more. What more? Why are you picking up the phone, dialing, or receiving calls in? What does this life insurance mean to your family, to the families that you're serving? I would say have a mantra. Mine is, I'm your family life insurance agent. 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 That's probably how many times they hear me say it on one call. About 4 or 5 times. I want them to know that I am your family life insurance agent. Not just the individual, but for your family. So I'm already starting to plant a seed in their head of referrals. Already, because now I'm talking about the family. What are your core values? These are a set of fundamental beliefs, ideals, or practices that inform how you conduct your business. Mine, again, are love, integrity, authenticity, and respect. Whether I sell a person or not, whether they answering the phone crazy as some of them do or not, whether they hang up in my face and I need to call them back, no matter what the situation is, every single call is going to be handled with love, integrity, authenticity, and respect. Your business goal, what is it that you want to achieve? Not what you want to achieve for you. What is it that you want to achieve for the client? Why are we on the phone today? And if your reasoning for being on the phone today is to make commission, you're not going to last in this business very long. Because everybody can make commission. Everybody can do something one time and make a commission. That's easy. We're talking about the long-term game. And again, the slogan is a short, memorable phrase that will have you make an impact on your clients. Building relationships is a mindset, and it's intentional. So when I'm talking with clients, everything that I'm doing, my mindset is that I'm being intentional about developing a relationship with this person. That's why I love what Cammie was talking about. I loved it. Because now, Cammie, all I have to do is ask a few more questions. All I have to do is add a couple of questions in there, right? And now I have more products to offer just from a few questions because I'm already building that relationship. Your why. To me, this is what why means. Why? Why are you here? Why? Why are we here? Again, this is not for us. The why, we know our why. This is the why for the client. What is your why for the client? My why is that I want to give them a peace of mind. I want to make sure that they know that all their final expenses, maybe not all of them, but some of them, just depending on how much they can afford to pay, are taken care of. That they can leave money for their loved ones, and their family can grieve without worrying about money. One of the things that I say when they say to me, Patryce, I really can't afford this. I can't afford that. I say to them, one of the hardest things to do is to grieve and then be responsible for collecting money to bury your loved one. You want to be grieving and collecting money for your loved ones? And if eligible, I always talk about living benefits. Always talk about living benefits. Taylor did a great job of talking with us today about that. So if you want to create your why for your clients, here are a couple of action items. What I would say, spend some time thinking about the why and about why life insurance is important and how it will impact their families. Think about your why and why you are actually on the phone with them, helping them get life insurance, protect their families, write the annuity, write the cancer plan. How is that going to impact their family? Because I'm going to tell you, the objections, if you know what your why is for the client, you don't have a problem answering objections. Understanding the why again there, it answers objections and smoke screens. And it's important to have a why for your clients because what that also does is it connects you to your passion. So what we're doing today, this is just another strategy, right? So we're not just jumping over, trying to sell a policy. We're putting some strategies in place so that we can make sure that we're making a good connection with our clients. Stories sell. I'm not going to tell you how many times that I've actually shared my story, and like I have a client that'll break down and cry harder than I do because it reminds them of their mother that passed away or their sister that was diagnosed or their grandmother. I'm telling you, stories sell. Here's a perfect example from today. Totally impromptu, totally unexpected. Taylor came, he shared cancer products with us. I felt compelled in my heart. I stood up, I faced you guys right from my chair, shared my story. I could look around and see people tearing up. I immediately connected with you in a different way. Immediately. Simply by sharing my story. Remember in the beginning I said authenticity. Just being authentic, sharing a story. Everyone in here knows someone who passed away. If you don't know somebody, you know a neighbor, you know a friend. Passed away from life insurance and didn't have money. Selling chicken dinners, car washes. We all know it. Share a story. Stories work. So I'm not going to share my story again. I did a little bit before, but here's the biggest thing that I want you to know that I talk to the clients about, especially if they qualify. So I received that accelerated death benefit rider, and I got a check for $53,000. I am a testimony that life insurance works, the living benefits part of it. So a lot of times, clients will say, well, I have a $10,000 policy. Okay, good. You have that $10,000 policy with Colonial Penn, with Lincoln Heritage. We're not going to touch it because you've had it for 4 years. It's a great rate, but you know what? That policy doesn't have any riders on it. Riders sell as well. That's why you got to know your stuff. Educate is more than just selling a policy. So I have an actual process, and I educate the clients on that. So what I do as an independent agent is what I'm saying to the clients is we're going to go through the process of shopping rates, and it's my job as an independent agent to find you the best products that's going to fit your needs and your budget. That's another one of my little slogans or mantras that I say. I'm going to find you something that's going to fit your needs and your budget. Because when it's time for me to go back and we're presenting those rates, I'm presenting you the 10, the 20, and the 30. Now, Miss Gina, which one of these fits your needs and your budget? So I have a couple of key things that I'm saying over and over again. Over and over again. So I educate them. I explain to them what the process is. I ask them. I ask questions. Thank you, Cammie. Girl, you set me on fire today. I ask questions. Do you know the difference between whole life and term? Because when I'm on the phone with the client, now everybody has a different strategy, right? Some of us are relational, which is what we're doing here. Some of us are transactional. Ben and I talked about this last night, and there's nothing wrong with either one. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with being transactional, Ben. Obviously. But the idea is that you know how you sell. Are you transactional? Are you relational? That's what you need to know. And then what you do is you sell towards how you sell. There's nothing wrong with either one of them, but you have to know what works for you. So I explained that to them. For me, I'm a talker. Anybody who's been around me for a little bit knows I can talk. I love to talk. I love to smile. I like to hug, all that stuff. I'm very relational. Do you know the difference between whole life, term? Do you know what a 2-year waiting period is? Do you know what a modified policy is? Do you know what a graded policy is? We're talking about these things. If you have a policy, hey, let's do a policy review. Well, Patryce, what's a policy review? You don't know what a policy review is, and you've had your policy for 7 years? You mean to tell me that your agent sold you a policy, is taking your money, and never called you again? Every year you're supposed to have a policy review. That's what I say. Because what I want to do is I want to educate them. And I want them to get on the phone and hear Lincoln Heritage saying, yep, it's a 2-year waiting period. I want them to hear AARP say, oh, yeah, it's term. Yeah, it's going up. It's increasing. Did you hear that, Miss Gina? Did you hear that? She just, ma'am, could you repeat that? Here's AARP. Yes, ma'am. It's term, it's gonna go up. Listen, I'm educating them, right? Many times when I educate clients, the most referrals that I get is from policy reviews. It takes some extra time. But you know what I'm doing? Playing chess. I'm strategizing. One of the things that my grandfather used to say is, when you play chess, you're thinking 5 moves ahead. I still really don't know how to play the game chess, right? But I just remember all these things that he used to say. You're thinking 5 moves ahead. That's why I always beat you, because, you know, I'm thinking this way and you're thinking that way, and I use the same principles. We're like, but you know how to play chess. He's like, but I use the same principles in checkers. It's the same principles, Patryce. I'm like, okay. But I see what he's saying now. We're thinking ahead, right? So when I do that policy review, I'm trying to offer value to the client, whether I can write them or not, whether we call them or not, and they have a great policy. But guess what they usually say? You know what, Patryce, can you check my husband's policy? Of course I can. Can you check my daughter has a policy, but I don't know. I don't know. She might have the same. Yes, ma'am. We can check everybody's policy. Spending that extra time. Again, going back to those core values, love, respect, right? Spending that extra time. Being intentional about building relationships. So, how do you build on your education for your clients? Patience, not playing checkers, going through, just jumping from call to call, and actually spending the time, having patience, asking them questions, actively listening. When you ask a question, are you asking a question just to get to the next one? Or are you asking a question so you can get an answer and then help them and then give them something? Why are you asking the questions? Provide value to your clients first. When you provide value, see what happens is, I'm not talking about y'all, I'm just saying, other agents. They play checkers with their clients. Then I come in, playing chess. Hey, have you had a policy review? Really? Right? Replacing policies all the time. Replacing policies. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because we all know our strengths and our weaknesses. I'm going to be 100% transparent. Nick hates it when I say this. I'm not a good closer. I know I'm not. I am a horrible one-call OCC, one-call closer. Horrible. Horrible. The reason why I'm horrible is because those clients usually that want those one-call closes, to me, those are transactional buyers. And I'm not feeling that, because they like, well, I want the price right now. I don't want to talk about all of this. I'm like, but wait a minute, that's not the way I sell, you know. I know. It's ridiculous. I know. I want to educate you. They like, educate me on the premiums. How much is it? So usually, they don't really vibe with me that way. But again, it's about knowing who you are and how you sell. So providing value. This is a big step toward building a relationship. Advocate and advocate, same word. This is your time to be a champion. I'm going to tell you something. This is where I rock at, advocating for clients, right? So protecting families and a peace of mind and knowing that their loved ones will not have to carry the burden for paying for their final expenses. Advocating for accidental death benefit riders. Telling them that, hey, talking about the benefits of the policy, this is where I know my stuff. I know what companies have it, what companies don't. That's why I know the Liberty policy takes a long time. I know. But I'm a rock star in Liberty, because Liberty got accidental death benefit. They got this that comes on the policy. Aetna also has it, the accelerated death benefit rider. I know my stuff, right? I'm trying to provide value to them. I'm doing more than just selling a policy. I'm going to talk to them about all these riders that come on there. I'm going to do policy reviews. I'm going to share my breast cancer story. All this other stuff that has nothing to do with really selling the policy. Like if you look at the at the script and all of that stuff, all this other stuff. But this is the building relationship type of thing. And remember, we're being intentional. So in the background, what are we doing also? We're developing rapport. We're making our connection stronger. We're taking a little bit more time because I can guarantee you that my calls and Ben's calls, it's a big difference in how long we are on the phone with the client. But hey, it's also a big difference in our premium. He did 70, I did 30, right? So it's not right or wrong either way. It's just for you to know which one works for you. If you want to start advocating for your clients, hey, here's some things that you can do. You can combine your why, again, the why for the client, your story, and find one aspect of the policy that you feel passionate about. One aspect of the policy. That's all you have to do. Because it takes us time to build up all that knowledge, right? When I go back and I start asking some of those questions that Cammie said ask, I'm not an expert in it yet, but let me tell you what I can do. I can jump on Cammie's webinar on Wednesday. I can learn a few tips. I can go to wherever she's going to send us to go to get educated about some of the products. I can ask that question to everybody, and now I have just a little bit more information. Now, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to get all these people, and I'm going to be all excited about it and be blowing Cammie up. Right? Because I don't know what I'm doing. But hey, you got to start somewhere. Find one aspect. And with love, compassion, and conviction, share it with every client, on every call, in every situation. Every client, on every call, in every situation. Every client, on every call, in every situation. That's who I ask for referrals. So empower is to give authority or power to do something. We want to empower them to do something. But first, we have to empower ourselves. How do we do that? Again, study and practice the script until you know it by heart. Period. You should know the script by heart. Period. Don't try to modify the script until you have it down pat. Until you can sing the script in the shower, you should not be modifying the script. It works. This is how you empower yourself. The script is really designed to build relationships, guys. All the questions that I ask the clients, they're right there in the script. That's how I developed this whole thing. This is from the script. I just found ways to ask those questions with love, with authenticity. I found ways to do it, and I was like, wait, this is really working. She's talking right here. Look through that script. Find ways. It's already developed for that. Seek out questions designed toward your why and build a story to build rapport. So we should all be building rapport with our customers. During the conversation, again, repeat your slogan. Who am I to them? They're what? Family life. They're who? Family life. I've said it enough times where you already know it, right? They're family life insurance agent. Here's another one. Know your numbers. Shane Gore is the ultimate best at knowing his numbers. I don't know my numbers like that, but I do track certain things. The reason why I track certain things, because what I want to know is what's working and what's not working. For me, what I found is that, wait, I'm starting to get a lot of referrals. I'm getting a lot of referrals. Wait a minute, what's going on? But you know how I knew it? Because every day on a piece of paper, I write it. It's like a ritual. I write leads, presentations, referrals, Policy reviews, I do that I make a line in the middle. I have my activity and then my results. What I'm mostly concerned about is my activity. So I have that on there, and when I get a new lead and I call it, do a tick mark. Do a tick mark. Over time, I was looking on the sales side. How did I get the sale? Is this sale a OCC? That was like 0 every day. 0. Was it from a rewrite? Was it from a referral? That one was like picking up. Or was it from a follow-up? So after time, I started noticing these referrals are really, really picking up. I need to scale in this area. That's how I knew that I need to scale and move it to the next level, because I tracked my numbers. Nick is not so friendly, y'all. So sometimes I call him and I'm like, Nick, could you tell me how many this and that I did? Oh, Patryce is in the CRM. He really does need to be more friendly, and he knows I'm telling the truth. He needs to be more friendly to his agents. He is not, Patryce is in the CRM, run a report. I talked about it on Tuesday. Go look at the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, Nick. Anyway, end every sale. Okay, so here, now we're getting into my referrals are picking up. What do I need to do now to get those referrals going? So we've talked about this a little bit before. And earlier today, Jeff made a point. And when he said that, I was like, you're right, Jeff. He said, customers are not going to remember your phone number. They might see it on their policy or something like that, but they're not. That's why we need to brand ourselves, right? We need to have our website, put our 800 number on there. He's still getting calls from that. But I was thinking, you're right, Jeff, but guess what? They might remember your phone number if it was on their refrigerator. So I made these refrigerator magnets. I'm going to pass some out for you guys to see them. And it's simple. I forgot the agent's name. He put his picture on it, and then he put it in Slack. Who was that, guys? And I was like, ooh, I'm putting my picture on it. Does anybody remember? Paul Diaz. Yeah. I was like, ooh, that's good. They need to see my cute face on their refrigerator. It's really simple. All it says is this: I have life insurance. When I pass away, please call my agent, Patryce Sheppard. She will know what to do. My phone number is there. Jeff, I'm getting the 800 number, so my 800 number is going to be there. It says Sheppard Insurance Group, and who can tell me the next line under that? Your family. Yes! Your family life insurance agent. Absolutely. Got my little cute little logo on there, right? So here, I'll pass these around if you want to. Okay, I can't pass. I got you. Okay? All right, awesome. So when I'm on the phone with them, remember, we talked about it earlier. I do it with every client, on every call, in every situation, right? Every call, every client, every situation. Then I made thank you cards. Here's what I'm doing. Playing chess. Because guess what? When somebody comes knocking on their door, I say to them, okay, Miss Gina, you know you got a good policy, right? Because we've been on this phone, Miss Gina, for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Because we did a Liberty application. So you know you got the accidental death benefit rider. You got the accelerated death benefit. Oh, Miss Gina, you got day 1 coverage. Excellent policy. Now, you know people are going to be knocking on your door selling you life insurance, right? Yeah. And guess what, Miss Gina? You shouldn't be letting them in anyway. Because it's the pandemic and you don't know where they been. Ooh, baby, you know you're right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a magnet for you to place on your refrigerator. So anytime you have any questions, Miss Gina, I'm your family life insurance agent. I want you to call me, ask me any questions. Anytime somebody knocks on your door or calling you trying to sell you insurance, you give them my number. Okay. And they do. Okay, so then I made thank you cards to send it to them. Now I do work with an automated system, but I have to send them the thank you cards. So what did I do, Jeff? I branded it. Thank you card, went in there. In the inside, and I'll pass it around too. My logo is there. My little referral question. Do you know anyone who can benefit from our services? Is there anyone in your family who needs life insurance that we can help? Please send referrals and receive a gift card. Ask me for details. At the bottom, we appreciate you. Patryce Sheppard, my new 800 number. And then what's right there? Your family life insurance agent. They turn it on the back. There's my logo, all my information. I'm sending this to every client in every situation. Every client gets one of these. So that's an example of it. So what we're doing is we are just building our relationship with them. That's after the sale. And all you have to do, guys, really is ask for referrals. All you have to do is ask. Just ask. So we wrote down a number. Remember those numbers that we wrote down? What was the top number?
272.
What was the second number? 133. And the last number?
49.
Who can guess what those numbers represent?
Not your one call closing.
You win the prize. So what those numbers represent is, in a year span, Trent, not Nick, ran my numbers. Okay? Just gotta throw that out there. In a year span, I wrote 272 policies. I wrote 272 policies for $251K, okay, in AP. So 272 policies, 133 of them were from referrals. That's 49% of my business from referrals. 49%. All you have to do is ask and be consistent. So what I do want to do real quick before we get into our question and answers, what's my time looking like?
You're right on time.
Okay, cool. Okay, what I do want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the referral process, because it is a process that I've had to work on, and you can ask for the referral, but what I've done is I've actually taken the time, because again, I did see my numbers, my referral numbers skyrocketing. Last year at the Mastermind, it was 33% of sales were from referrals. This year is 49%. You know, so it's increasing. So I'm scaling and it's awesome. But it's taken me a little time to work on it. So I want to just kind of really quickly just go through the process of how I work referrals, kind of how I ask for them and what that looks like. So after the sale, what I do first of all on every single call, no matter what, is I'm asking everybody for a referral. Hi, this is Patryce, calling from Senior Benefits regarding your life insurance. I hate you guys. Why do you guys keep calling me? Wait, before you hang up, do you know anybody who could benefit from my services? Right? I have insurance. You keep calling me. Wait, is this Patryce? Didn't you just call me yesterday? Yes, I forgot to ask you a question. Do you know anybody? It works. 49% of my sales are from referrals. Ask, ask, ask. So I'm always asking the question, do you know anybody who could benefit from our services? Is there anybody that we can help with life insurance? That's simple. Just ask, right? So at the end of each sale, I'm sending them the magnet. I'm sending them the card. With my clients, what I do is I'll pay them for a referral, Because usually referrals, they close at what, 49% of my sales? So referrals work. If they send me a referral, if they give me one on the spot, I send them a $25 gift card. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much for your referral. One of my clients, I think this is her part-time job. Like probably 15% of those referrals are probably from her. I have her, literally, I am her family life insurance agent, right? Because I keep sending them the $25, because she keeps sending me referrals. And I send them regardless to if I get a sale or not. As long as it is a real person on the other line, it's actually the person's number. I can call them and say, hi, Mr. Smith, and they acknowledge that it's them. I'm sending the $25 gift card. Some people say, well, Patryce, why would you do that? Well, do you sell every lead that you buy? No, but you still buy them, right? So to me, these referrals, this is a lead source for me. So I'm sending it out. So now what I've done is I've automated it. So I put all my clients in a cool system send-out cards that I want to share with you. Oops. Oh, wait. Yay. Okay. All right, so send-out cards. So it's an automated system. So in this automated system, what happens is I put their information in. So I have a little process that I go through. I make the sale. I send them a magnet, the thank you card. I go into my dial pad and I put Gina Rossborough /client. So the next time Gina calls me, because she's going to be doing some calling because I'm sending her some cards, asking her to. When Gina calls me, it's going to pop up in my dial pad, Gina Rossborough, client. So when I answer the phone, hey, Gina, how are you doing today? Hey, Patryce. Oh, my God, they feel so special. When they call you back and you're not, good afternoon, thank you for calling Digital Insurance Group. How may I help you? Oh, I'm calling in to find something about my policy. Well, can I have your name? Nope. Hey, that's me, relational, right? They love it. So that's the next step. I take their information, I put it in dial pad. It takes 2 seconds. Go there, contacts, put their name, /client, save the phone number. Then I come to this system, send out cards, where I input their name, their address, their birth date, the anniversary date of their policy, and I send them birthday cards with brownies in them. I send them cards saying, hey, it's time for your annual policy review. Call the office. They call. I send them all kinds of cards, all kinds of things. I'm working now on getting everything in the system, but then so that I can start building campaigns. But they love it. So what's happened is yes, I am making calls out, but guess what? I'm getting calls in now. That's where these referrals are coming from, because they're starting to call in. So I just want to show you guys a couple of little cards that I sent, and it's really, really easy. And we can talk afterwards or offline if you were interested in learning about it, but I just want to show you a couple of things. So this is the thank you card that you see there that I made in bulk, that I made there. Here, right here, is a happy birthday card. So it was James's birthday, my client. Sent them a card, happy birthday, on one side. So it's just a double-sided card. Here's James wishing you the best day ever. Your family life insurance agent, we can't forget that. On the back, my logo, all my information. That's what I sent to him. And then you'll see right here, that means that I sent him a little gift, a little brownie. Now, here's again, Does it cost to do it? Yeah, cost me about $6 to send. The cards are free when you get a subscription. It cost me about $6 to send him a brownie. But guess what? When he calls me back to say thank you, and he's all warm and fuzzy, because he probably was transactional, and I made him relational. Okay. And he calls me back, and he's all warm and fuzzy, and I say, James, do you know anybody that needs some life insurance? You know what, Patryce? Gotcha. Okay, let me show you another one real quick. Okay, here's one that I send to the clients where it's time for their annual policy review. Sure love having you as a client. Again, so this is a double-sided card. You know, the front, you open it up, there's the logo right there. That's my logo. You see that heart? Remember I told you in the beginning what my core values were? One of them was love. Love. Look at that logo. So I'm making sure that if this is really what my core value is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exude it with authenticity, with everything in me, right? My earrings, love. That's just who I am. So when you're making your core values, make sure that it's authentic and it's genuine, because customers, they know it. They know it. You can't have a heart logo and then they call you and you're like, what? No. Okay, so the inside of the call, Lisa, congratulations. Your life insurance policy is 1 year old. It's time for your annual policy review. Please call the office so we can go over your policy to be sure all your information is up to date. Looking forward to speaking with you again. Your family life insurance agent, Patryce Sheppard. On the back, same thing, right? They're calling me, guys. My phone is ringing. So I just want to show you. Now, there are some other cute little cards that you can make that these are the same because I've been working on trying to, hold on. Okay. I'm going to show you something. Something pretty cool that you, wait, what is this? I don't know. Sorry, guys. So these are the cards. Look at this one. Hey. I wonder what logo. Alicia, when we spoke last in January, you expressed to me that life insurance is important to you. We would like to help you start your policy again. We can lower the payments for you. Please call us here in the office. Looking forward to speaking with you again. It takes 2 seconds to send a card once you get their information in there. But I want to show you something cool. You can customize them. You can send. Anybody know this guy? Anybody know? Wait, can you see it? Hold on. Ugh. Okay, wait. I don't know why that front thing is not. Can you guys see who that is? Who is that? That's Anthony. So I sent him a card. He was on there on Facebook. I got it right off his Facebook. I was like, damn, that's a big fish he caught, right? I was like, wow. So I was like, I'm sending him a card. That's awesome. I just sent him a card. I said, wow, you caught a big one. Glad to see, hold on. Glad to see you're enjoying yourself outside of work. Here's a little something you might find helpful. See you in Austin. What was it that I sent? Some type of little... Your magnet. No, it was like a little, some type of little tool thing or something. Like,
it was a wallet tool. It was like a Swiss Army knife, but all in like a wallet. It was actually pretty cool.
see, it was actually pretty cool. Awesome. Okay. And then one more, and then I'm done. So, two more. I want to show you this one. So one of my clients one day called her. He was so upset. I don't know what it was about, but he was calling to change his bank account or something. And I was like, oh, he needs some love. He needs a card. So I made this little card for him, and then all I said is, Isaiah, I believe in random acts of coffee. And what I did is I sent him a Starbucks gift card. Oh my God, he loved me and gave me so many referrals since then. But then it's one more, because I actually felt kind of bad about this one. So this is kind of like my way of showing love too, guys. Hold on, come on. Okay. Okay. Anybody know him? Okay, so listen. Remember the authenticity, being authentic? I made a big mistake in Slack. So this presentation right here, everybody was like, oh, when is it gonna come, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And I put a comment in there, and I wasn't meaning it to be rude, but sometimes, things, how they say in translation over text or email, I put a comment like, I don't know what's taking digital so long, it's probably Nick's fault. I didn't say that, but I said something, and then I put the that little rolling your eyes emoji, right? And so then it got brought to my attention, Patryce, are you kidding me? That was not cool. I was like, oh my God, that was so rude. So I apologized, but then what I wanted to do is show him that I really was apologetic. And so I just sent them a card. So it's things like this that you can do to build those connections and make those connections. How many of you have received a greeting card in the last year? Show of hands. Not a lot of people. How did it make you feel? Anybody, just throw it out. How did it make you feel when you received a greeting card? Better than a text? Better than an email? I'm telling you guys, this is the best way to connect with your clients, okay? So hey, if anybody wants to join me in playing chess, let me know. Yes, ma'am. Wait, say that again. Yes, that was for somebody that lapsed. So could you give me one too? Yes, that was for somebody that lapsed. So what happened is of course we call on our lapsed customers and all of that kind of stuff, but it's hit or miss whether they call you back. So yeah, I just go ahead. If I see somebody that lapsed, they're already in my system because they were a customer at one point, and I just send them the card. It's usually the same card over and over that I send. Yes, ma'am.
So you think I should start doing this system instead of handwriting all of my cards?
Okay, last year I was handwriting my cards, and so I went to another system. Yeah, I think it's easier to automate it. Yes, ma'am.
So not to reinvent the wheel, do you have a bulk supplier of these magnets that, so I don't have to...
Vista,
Huh?
Vista Print.
Just Vistaprint?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
How do you keep track of when you need to send your cards?
So it automatically, everything is automated. So their birthdays come up. So whatever fields you put in a number in, so their birthdays come up, and then they give me notifications. I took it down already, but you'll get a notification on the side that's saying Jordan's birthday, and then their anniversary. So I put in there the birthday, the anniversary. I do tie them in with their children and their spouse so that all that information comes up. Yes.
Patryce, because 272 policies in a year, compounded over time, how do you structure your day so that you're effectively writing new business and also personally managing this follow-up process and staying sane at the same time?
Because now at this point, honestly, so I was taking like 20 to 25 leads. I'm only taking 10 now because my referrals have picked up. So now my phone, I'm still dialing out like a mad woman, don't get me wrong. But my phone is ringing as well. So, and then to do it, like once you get in the habit of it, Like it takes 2 seconds to do it. So it's just the rhythm, of getting into it and just doing it every day, or every call, every client.
Patryce, have you always been this way, or what changed in your life to make you see this way of doing and handling clients?
That's a great question. I think that's an excellent question. Thank you. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Trying to make me cry. Okay. Guys, listen to me. I cannot stress this enough. When I received that check, I'm a single mom. You guys, we talk about this. And going through the worst time in my life with cancer. I had 6 months of savings. Only 6 months. And I know everybody tells you in the industry, oh, you put 6 months of savings, if something happens, you're gonna be good. I was out of work for 18 months. Went through the 6 months really fast. This is what I say to my clients. Because I don't know about you, but if you got 6 months worth of savings and you're spending it and you don't have anything coming in, it dries up real quick. Faster than 6 months. And so my parents, they're retired. And so they're not like living off Social Security income, but they're just like making a decent living. They're not rich, or they're like kind of right there in the middle. So they didn't have money to just say, oh, we'll take over all your bills. Like, no, it didn't happen like that. And I didn't want to put the burden on them. When I got that check from my insurance policy, let me back up a little bit. I started working for State Farm. So I sold P&C and life and health, but this much life, like this much compared to this. When I got that check, I was like, I can do whatever I want to do with it, because I didn't even realize that I had it on my policy. I was calling them to find out how I could save my policy. Do I have enough cash value so that I don't lose it? Because if something happens to me, I got my son. What? I got that check. I said, this right here, I'm telling everybody about this. Anybody who would listen to me, anybody that qualifies, knows about living benefits on policies. And because of my personal experience, I think what it did for me is it just gave me a different perspective, not only on the policies, but the industry as well. That's why I said in the presentation, we all have a why for ourselves, and we know exactly what that is. But what is your why for the client? Why are you doing this for the client? So to answer your question, what changed me was me going through a real life experience that had me look at this industry in a completely different way.